Hello. I've been wanting to blog for a really long time and have found a bunch of reasons not to do it. But 2013 is the year to get stuff done, and so here's my blog. I put a sort of like a written blog on the website that's basically talking about the same stuff, but the blog is about people liking you and people liking your music. And I have really struggled with that from like the first couple years I started performing and writing, up until just a couple years ago. I really wanted everyone to like me and really wanted everyone to just love my music. And if they didn't, I was just heartbroken. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. So I've been performing for about 10 years. And started performing my original songs. I was writing and singing and playing guitar or piano. And when you do that, you open yourself up to a lot of opinions. And a lot of them were good, and a lot of them were constructive, and then a lot of them were not good. And some were just mean, and some were from friends, some were from industry people, and the ones that were negative or kind of mean always really hit me hard. And what even was worse with that was that they were all conflicting. So I spent probably the first like 5 or 6 years trying to figure out how to make everybody happy and how to get everybody to like my stuff, which is wrong. It's so wrong, and it's impossible. And it's just, there's no way that everyone is going to like your music. And even the best artists or the most legendary artists have people who are like, they're overrated, or somebody with a great voice like Adele, they might just think she's terrible, and that's the way it goes. What I didn't do a good job back then, and hopefully I do a better job now, is just filtering. YouTube is a great way to learn how to filter, because you'll get comments like, "You're the most amazing singer I've ever heard in my life," and like, "This is the most amazing cover," and that's nice and that's beautiful. And then you'll get comments like, "You ruined the song," and "This is terrible," and "You have no business singing." And so you really like get the extremes when you start putting out songs or start putting out covers. And so nowadays, I take each with a grain of salt, and the really nice ones, I thank people, and I'm so appreciative of them saying positive things and for just listening in general. And then the negative, I just try to ignore. I could wrap this up very nicely and say that that over the years, I've just learned not to take people's comments to heart, and that would be true. But it's also taken like years of figuring out who I am and who I want to be as an artist, so that when somebody doesn't like me or is really critical of what I am doing, even if they're right, even if a song isn't very good, or even if I don't sing something well, like, what I know is who I am and what I'm trying to do, and that's way more important than everybody liking you. Hopefully you'll read this or hear it and think, "Oh, I don't have that problem. I don't care what people think." And if you do, that's great. That's great for you. But if you are listening to this and you're an artist yourself, or you're a writer, or any sort of kind of profession where you're putting yourself out there, absorb the positive and ignore the negative. Which sounds just delirious, like that's just like you're living in some sort of fairy world. But it's really true, because you're going to be critical of yourself, and other people aren't going to stop being critical. So it's not like you can stop those comments anyways. But what you can do is try to stay in a positive place. And it's really hard to grow when you're in a negative place. When I was trying to please everyone and trying to just get everyone to like me and like my stuff, I ended up like losing kind of losing who I was as an artist. Writing became really boring, and I didn't like it, and it turns out that when I was writing like that, nobody else liked it either. So it took going through that to get me in a place where I was just so exhausted from caring that I was just like, screw it, I'm gonna just write whatever I want, and if people like it, they like it, and if they don't like it. And you know, if I have 10 fans, then you know, I'm gonna rock 10 fans. And if you focus on the positive, at least you'll stay motivated, and at least your internal sense of self will keep growing, because there's no way to not keep growing if you're doing it a lot. And the positive comments and feedback, if you absorb those, will keep you motivated to keep putting out stuff. And that's really what it's all about. You just have to keep putting out stuff. So this is my first blog. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you have comments, leave them, good or bad.